All right, class. So yesterday we learned about imaginary numbers. And you remember imaginary numbers are a number times I, right? So for instance, here 5I is a imaginary number. So we fill in the diagram. Imaginary numbers will be 5I given here, 23I, and that's it. Okay. So imaginary numbers are, again, anything that has an I attached to it. So those are what we call pure imaginary numbers. And then real numbers are, in this case, we're calling pure real numbers, are your 2, your 3, and square root of 3. Those are your pure real numbers. And in the middle will be a composition of real number and imaginary number. Just to make a little more sense, a complex number is any number that can be written in the form a plus bi. So a complex number, all right, it can be written in the form a plus bi, where a is your real number, so that's 2, 3, -1, and your bi, that is your imaginary numbers, such as 5i, 6i, -7i. So you put those together, you put a real number and a imaginary number together, you get what's called a complex number. And so with complex numbers now, you can add and subtract them. All right. And so how do we do that? Well, let's look at an example for a second. Let's look at, we have 5 plus 3i plus 10 minus 6i. So we have two complex numbers that we're adding, where 5 is the real number part, is the real number, that's part of it, and the 3i is your imaginary number. So when we add these numbers, all we're going to do is combine like terms. All right. So let's do the first one. I'm going to remove the parentheses, and so I'm going to have 5 plus 3i plus 10i minus 6i. So let's combine like terms. My like terms are going to be 5 and, I'm sorry, 5 and, that's 10i, that's 10, sorry. With 5 and 10, those are my like numbers right here, and that gives me 15. And then for the imaginary numbers, I have 3i minus 6i, and that gives me -3i. Kind of just like adding with variables. You combine like variables, like terms. But number 2, again, I'm going to remove the parentheses, and so I'm going to have 3 plus 4i. Now, when I remove the parentheses, all these signs on the right are going to flip. So I'm going to have a -2, -3i. That gives me -2. -3i. And come on, like term again. 3, 3 and -2 gives me 1. So that's 1. And then we have 4i minus 3i. 4 minus 3 is just 1, which is giving me 1i or plus I. Number 3, again, I'm going to remove parentheses. That gives me 9 plus I plus 18 minus I. My like terms are 9 and 18. Add those together, that gives me 27. Not 27. And then I plus I minus 4i, that gives me -3i. Good. The last one is, erase this down here. The last one, number 4, that's with parentheses. So for number 4, I'm going to have 5 plus 4i. Now when I with parentheses, I'm going to get a -7 and a plus 5i. Okay. That gives me -7 plus 5i. Combine like terms. My like terms are 5 and -7. That gives me -2. And then we have a positive 4i and a positive 5i. That gives me +9i. Okay. That's how we add and subtract. Again, let's look at the next slide, multiplying now. Now, remember, keep multiplying is remember that I squared is equal to -1. So multiply 2 i's, it gives me 1. So when I multiply now, what I'm going to do is double distribution. And I think you learned this in Algebra 1. If not, it's really easy. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first term in the each term in the first parentheses, I'll multiply the same. But I'm going to do it like this. So imagine the 3 wasn't there. I'm going to distribute now, right? So I'm going to take 5i times 10 and 5i times 5. So that's going to give me now 5i times 10. That's going to give me 10. That's going to be 50i. 5i times -6i. It's got to be really careful now with the signs. 5 times -6 is -30. And then I times I is I squared. I'm going to leave it like that for now, I squared. So I just did distribution with the first term. I'm going to use the second term now. Let's suppose the 5i was not there. Let's distribute with 3 now. 3 times 10 is 30 plus 30. And then 3 times -6 is -18i. Now, I squared is -1. So therefore, I can write this as -30 times -1 because I squared, right, is -1. That's going to give me a positive 30. So let's rewrite this now. I'm going to have 50i plus 30 plus 30 minus 18i. And then like terms now, the 60 goes to the front, right? All right, 60. And then 50i minus 18i, that's going to give me 2. And 1 from 4 is 3. Plus 32. That works. So let's try number 2. Again, I'm going to do double distribution. So imagine the 4i was not there. So we're going to distribute with a 3. All right? So that gives me 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 9i. Okay, I'm done with 3 now. Let's go with 4 now. So that wasn't there. 4i times 2, that's a positive 8i. 4i times 3i. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 12. And I squared times I squared. I times I is I squared. All right. Now I squared is -1, so I'm going to have -1 times the positive 12 gives me a -12. You can understand that I squared is -1. -1 times 12 is -12. And then I'm going to have a plus 8i, a plus 9i, and the 6. Combine like terms. 6 minus 12 is -6. And 9 and 8 is 17. That gives me 17i. And then see the last one coming up. All right, let's see. All right, again, we're taking this was there. 9 times 8 and 9 times 8 4i. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 4 is 36. That's going to be -36i. Okay, so I'm done with my first term. Let's go with I now. I times 8. I times 8 4i. So I times 8, that is just plus 8i. And then I times -4i, I'm going to get -4i, I squared. -4i squared. Okay, so remember, I squared is -1. -1 times -4 is a +4. And then we'll have plus 8i minus 36i and 17. Come by like terms now. 72 and 4, that is 76. Okay, that is 76. And then we have 36, negative 36i and 8i. So I'm going to subtract and get the sign of the bigger number. 8 from 16, that goes 8. And I'm going to have a 2 there, so that's negative 26. I'm sorry, negative 28i. And that's how you do it. Pretty simple, guys. Again, we're relying on all the techniques you've learned. Distribution, the only difference is the I. When you multiply, it becomes -1. Good? All right, guys, that's class 3.